Welcome to Geek Fandom Media. I am your host, Chris, and you guys, we got to talk about the rebranding Marvel Studios is doing for Thunderbolts. Now, spoilers, you guys, if you haven't seen Thunderbolts and you don't want any spoilers, this is a spoiler warning. But at the end of the Thunderbolts, they are rebranded themselves by Valentina as the new Avengers. And Marvel is leaning into that with this marketing strategy going into the second week for Thunderbolts, officially titling it The New Avengers. Now, is this a good marketing strategy? Is this a good idea, labeling this film, which could underperform at the box office, an Avengers film? I want to know you guys' honest thoughts and opinions with that. Because as of right now, Thunderbolts is underperforming. It's underperforming for its opening weekend, and this is a little nerve-wracking, especially when a well-balanced film like the Thunderbolts, The New Avengers, was so well-received critically and amongst the fans. I don't know what's happening right now with Marvel Studios. It's a little concerning. That's what I'll say. It's concerning that most of these movies won't see profits. And as a business model, how can you continue on that tenure if you're not making profit? It's not a good business model. You want your films to do well. You want to see a profit at the end of the day, especially from a good movie. When a good movie underperforms, it's like a slap in the face. Like, what? It's like when I do my videos and it's a good video and it's underperforming. I'm like, what the hell? This is a good video. Why are you underperforming? What's happening? You algorithms. So it's a little concerning, you guys. So it came in opening weekend at $161 million, you guys. Sorry, $162 million opening weekend worldwide. I think domestically, it pulled in $74 million under projections. Now, what is going to happen its second box office? That's the big question. Rebranding this movie as an Avengers film, I believe, could be a smart marketing strategy, but also could be very, very spoilerish. I'm seeing people upset online. Why are they spoiling the movie? Why would they do this to us? I wasn't able to see it opening weekend. Now, I understand where they're coming from. I get it. But the asterisk was always there. Always there. There was always going to be a double meaning to this title. I just want to know how fans are feeling about this and this rebranding. Because like I said, now you are labeling this as an Avengers film. Now it falls under the category as an Avengers film. It does. Now we got to look at the box office results for the Avengers film. So Avengers made $1.5 billion worldwide at the box office, you guys. $207 million opening weekend. Age of Ultron, $1.4 billion worldwide. $392 million opening weekend. Infinity War, $2 billion worldwide. $164 million opening weekend. And Endgame, $2.7 billion with $1.2 billion opening weekend. How insane is that number? That is just insane to me. Insane. But now you're labeling the Thunderbolts as an Avengers film. This falls far beneath these numbers. And if it's on track to go the way it's going right now, I don't think Thunderbolts makes a profit. I don't. Because you have to account the marketing, which is $100 million for this film. And I believe the budget was, for the production budget, was $180. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. So I don't know what's going to happen. Like, it's wild to me that, and I get some people say that, well, these characters are C-list characters. They're not meant for, the big screen. That's what some people actually say. And it's wild to me, because we want something new, something refreshing from Marvel. Well, what is this? This is something new. This is something refreshing. I don't get the fan perspective sometimes, and I'm a little confused with Marvel's fan base, because I'm like, you guys talk all this shit, but you don't go out and support Marvel Studios. At the end of the day, if Marvel Studios was to shut down, best believe the fandom would be in complete panic mode. Well, put something out, please. I guarantee you guys that would happen. That would happen. Now, I'm not saying Marvel always puts out bangers, because they have struggled with their post-Endgame work. It showed within their work. And Kevin Feige was spread so thin, you guys. So thin by Bob Chapek and, the Disney Plus shit that was coming out and all the stuff that was greenlit. It was so much for Kevin Feige. People were having a hard time communicating with him on ideas or even, finished products. That's a major cause for concern. That's why Kevin Feige is doing a massive overhaul right now. He's going to oversee everything. And I believe Thunderbolts was the start of that. Because even look at Captain America Brave New World with the entirety of its reshoots. Seeing how the leader was essentially supposed to look before the reshoots. What the hell were they thinking? It's just incredible. It's been a lot of misfires. And I understand where the fans are coming from with the mistrust right now from Marvel Studios as well. I get that. The mistrust is real. It honestly is. So let's look at the numbers. Black Widow, $379 million opening weekend. Shang-Chi, $432 million. Eternals, $400 million. Then you got Spider-Man No Way Home, Juggernaut film, $1.9 billion. Multiverse of Madness, $952 million worldwide. Love and Thunder, $760. Wakanda Forever, $859. So you had a stretch where Marvel was doing great with those 4 films. That's a profit to me. Anything over $700 million, you're making profit. You want to make your budget back. You want to make the marketing budget back. You want to have some extra cash in your pocket. So those 4 films did great. And then we jumped to Quantumanium for $176 million. Volume 3, $845 million. James Gunn's last film. And then we look at the Marvels, $199 million at the box office. You guys, the lowest grossing MCU film. That is just wild to me. Nobody went out to go see that movie. And, word of mouth wasn't great. I ultimately didn't really enjoy the Marvels. I think I saw it for the first time. I thought it was cool. Then I rewatched it and I was like, okay, there are some really bad decisions there. It's just the story, the script, the character. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Marvels. And then Deadpool and Wolverine, $1.3 billion. The highest grossing R-rated film of all time. Banger of a banger. That was, a sight to see. And then Captain America pulling in $414 million, you guys, worldwide at the box office. Not too great. It's not great, So there has been that mistrust with the fans and Marvel Studios. And I completely understand. But the word of mouth has been great for Thunderbolts. Honestly, I don't know anybody who genuinely doesn't like Thunderbolts. So where do we go from here? Where does Marvel Studios go from here? If Thunderbolts ultimately underperforms, its worldwide box office. I don't know. How are Thunderbolts' legs going to last? I know Mission Impossible is coming out in a couple of weeks. How's that going to impact? And you have Sinners still killing it at the box office, baby. Sinners, $230 million at the box office. Money, 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 money. Ryan Coogler, you and the entire cast, Michael B., Haley Steinfeld, Del Orlando, everybody deserves the praise and love because Sinners is killing it. And I expect Sinners to do gangbusters at the Oscars next year. And if not, you already know why. It's a horror film. Oh, we don't deem horror worthy. I am sorry. Horror films, absolutely not. They don't do well at the Oscars. Bullshit. Ryan Coogler, Sinners, I expect to take at least 3 or 4. Best Director as well. I'm calling it right now. Ryan Coogler, Best Director at the Academy Awards next year. Fingers crossed. I would lose my shit if Ryan Coogler won Best Director, you guys. That would be so awesome to see. But yeah, man, the new Avengers, new marketing strategy, tactic that, Disney and Marvel Studios is doing. I see that they're changing billboards, posters. You even saw Sebastian Stan on the street changing posters to the new Avengers. I can't wait. I love the new Avengers team. They look fantastic. I can't wait to see them kind of potentially go up against, Sam Wilson's team. That whole post-credit scene was fantastic. Oh, the Russo brothers. The Russo brothers didn't write it. They just directed it. But I'm hyped. I can't wait. I do plan to see the new Avengers again sometime soon. This week, just got to figure out scheduling conflict with me and my wife and work. You guys understand how busy people can be. But I'm hyped. I want to know you guys' honest thoughts and opinions on Thunderbolts potentially underperforming at the box office. And what do you guys think is the issue right now? Is it because of the characters? Is the mistrust with Marvel Studios? Or is it movie theaters too expensive? Can we still use that as an excuse? Spider-Man No Way Home, $1.9 billion? Or is Marvel Studios struggling overseas and domestically? That's where they need to get the cash cow. That's where they need to get the money, the guap. That's where they need it from, ultimately. And especially with Trump's, it's if you guys know the story with the tariffs and all that stuff that could be happening, that could be wild for these movie studios. It could be a big problem, massive problem. I'm hoping for the best. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And of course, thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching Geek Fandom Media. Peace.